apparently lately. So I would definitely be careful. Watch out for any of that, any of your stuff. Um, like this guy here, he had allegedly been banned for you trying to bypass, what was it? Let me read word per word. To bypass an enforcement action taken against another account. So he was trying to use another account to bypass it, which he then states that he never did so. Um, and he's always followed the rules. He's da 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 da. And then how does he get that taken care of? Somebody said that his IP address got banned and he needs to take it up with that. Another guy got banned for, I guess he was sitting in a private server playing with his brother, and he was sitting on top of some sort of something at the black market. And then when he came back, he tried to log back in because it disconnected him, and he came back and said that he was banned um, for exploiting, which he then states that he never did so. When they finally unbanned him, his account again was reset. Um, so it apparently is a quite a fiasco. Also, the people who are making these reports, the moderators, admins, whoever, not admins, but testers, maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't click actually on that to see. I can do that real quick. Let's see who that is. Let me go back in here. Back. Da, 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 da. Let me go back to this. Who is this person? I know I've seen this person before. Senior moderator and staff. That's who this was. Also pointed out that this is a misuse of bug reports that can also get you banned. So misusing bug reports to put in a report can also get you banned, and that you must put in a ticket at the support ticket Discord that a lot of people don't always know about, that thing exists, which goes back to why are there 3 different Discords for Fish. So putting in a bug report for falsely getting banned, do not put it in bug reports because that can get you banned, and then all your stuff will be wiped for no reason and without a proper investigation. And they have clearly stated in another that they are not going to reimburse you any of your stuff, even if it is a false ban. But like they also stated up here that if you did get banned, it has to be manually done to hard wipe your account. So that is a manual thing. So it's not necessarily an accidental thing. They are manually wiping people's accounts when they ban you.
Yeah.
So there is that. Somebody wrote, nothing personal, it's just standard procedure to hard wipe. Um, no, that's not typical standard procedure.
Not in most games that I know of, anyway.
Yeah, not in a single fucking game I know. It's also not standard procedure to unban somebody that's done an offense like scamming. That's again usually a permaban. And if
Yeah.
again they unban them, then clearly their offense was not a bannable action because they're not banned. So therefore, why is their account wiped? And again not usually standard procedure to wipe their account prior to a proper investigation to determine whether or not they should be banned. Um,
Yeah. And even and if there is the possibility of an unbanning, a hard wipe is definitely not normally a standard procedure because say if it's just a temporary ban, then when they get unbanned, I mean what every temporary ban means all your shit's wiped as well.
right? Yeah, like that's not typically a thing. Especially because those people have spent actual money on things, real money, and I mean, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they can be held liable for that because you again there isn't an actual ban. Now, they can't be held liable if they actually banned them and kept them banned because that is part of any agreement that you basically sign up for when you play something or do something. But if you are still active and you get unbanned, you you paid
You
for
should have
those
all your shit.
items and you should have all your access to all your belongings when you're playing something. That is part of that agreement while you still have access to your accounts and you are able and liable to play your accounts. They can't completely just wipe your account willy-nilly just because they fucking feel like it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something that you spent real life money on. That's again not a thing. And again, if it was a legit bannable offense, you wouldn't be unbanned. I don't know what all has been going on lately, but there's definitely been some dirty ass shady shit going on with these Dazos of late.
100%. I am beyond convinced that they're not just actively sabotaging the game itself, but they're actively aggroing their player base to not only make it to essentially passively, but not so passive aggressively force their player base to not want to play the game anymore.
100%, I agree with that. And this has all started since Nick has actually taken over. Back in July is when they actually handed it back to older um development, and when it got handed to Nick and Nick became head of development, um and ever since then, from what it seems like going through and reading everything, is when shit really kind of started going downhill. From reading everybody else's messages as well, as at first it wasn't too bad, then it became not good. Um, what is wrong with my coffee pot? Oh, I need water. I was like, why is it not turning on? Did it break? It's brand new. Um, and then it just started going downhill from there. And just like with the gaslighting and the lies and the bull crap of Fishmas Express and everything else, all of those messages and things that he had announced and said in the announcements and in over the game, like in-game announcements, all of those from uh during that time has been removed. All those messages are removed and deleted, like as if it never happened. Um, the in-game announcements, everything's been wiped and deleted from December 27th and up. Before then, all the messages in the other ones from that day are gone, except for the one that Layla posted about if that were to ever happen again, and hopefully it won't. There is a security measures in place. Um, that's the only one retaining to that. So I find that interesting, which again I've mentioned other times and hadn't made note of when messages just magically disappear like they don't exist. Um there we go, now my coffee pot's on. Um uh so I find that quite intriguing. Um I'm not sure what's going on. But again, the statements of what I am seeing is some chaos. uh, people getting banned for no reason. Some of which sound like they were legit, but then they should have stayed banned. Um, wiping of accounts prematurely. Like it's a hot fucking mess. And then again, encouraging gambling and encouraging everything that they say not to do. It's not okay to do it in the Discord or in their game, but hey, let's find a workaround around your fucking laws so you can gamble with everybody else.
Yeah.
Mm, the irony.
Yeah. So in most, I mean, my personal experience, most games were like, are like, oh, well, you can't do this in your country. Well, like, typically, what most studios do is, as far as my experience has been, is they've honestly just went, well, tough shit. That's your
Right, it's
country's law.
it's right. I mean,
We're not about to expose ourselves to lawsuits because, you know, you want to part. You get me on something like they're not. Most studios aren't going to expose themselves to that level of fucking risk just so you can gamble in game or
right,
whatever it is in game.
100%. Like if they do have something that happens so to be excluded in other countries, right? That's a Tusky Shitsky kind of situation. It's not their job, nor are they obligated to make sure everybody can participate in something. Nor are they, like you just said, going to go out of their way to try and finagle a loophole illegally and
Yeah,
condone illegal activity and make children think that that's okay to do when it's also an illegal activity in their country. Like
yeah,
nobody promotes that. But not each country has the same laws, and that is not an our problem or a them problem. It's a whoever's dealing with it problem, and you're kind of shit out of luck,
yeah,
kind of ordeal. But to blatantly be like, hey, we're gonna try and work on this, whatever, like the only way that you could feasibly work on this and fix this is make it where it's legit, not a gamble.
yeah,
Not rewrite your code, not whatever. Like, put in a function that is not a legit gambling function.
yeah. Just yeah. It's
Not teach children that it's okay to
it's
find
okay.
loopholes to get out of, you know, what the
Yeah, and
law says.
it's not even really a loophole because legal loopholes are a thing, and but that wouldn't be a legal loophole. This is how can we
An
rewrite the
illegal
code to
loophole.
like how can we circumvent the laws of your country by rewriting the code where you can participate in this thing that is illegal for you.
Yeah, that's still illegal for you if you were to get caught. Which would have you in trouble and a massive lawsuit on these guys.
Hmm. And maybe there's well, I'm just gonna say maybe they're stupid enough to think that just because maybe they don't live in or they're we'll call it a company or a studio or whatever doesn't
In
exist
the
within that
back of their
country.
grandma's basement?
Yeah, like doesn't exist in that country that those laws don't apply, but the reality of it is that you offer your product to
To
people
that
within the
country.
country, which means you
You're liable.
you're liable. Like you can and very likely could. I mean, you definitely can get in trouble,
Yeah,
real
no.
legal trouble
How do you
for
think?
circumventing that country's
Let's
laws.
go to another game